Donald and Douglas were rushed off their wheels. The fat controller came to see them. "I know you don't mind hard work," he said, "but you can't be everywhere at once. You need some help on the branch line." The twins were grateful. "I have a plan," the fat controller told them. Stepney works on the Bluebell Railway. It runs through fields and a forest, but it isn't very long, and that made Stepney feel a little sad. Later he saw Rusty. "Everyone here has been so kind, but my railway is so short, and I do miss a good long run. I think you should tell Driver too. I'm sure he'll understand." Stepney soon discovered that indeed he did. "Do you know, Stepney, I feel just the same way." That evening, Stepney's driver had exciting news. "Guess what, Stepney? The fat controller has invited us to help the other engines on his own railway. Our manager agreed. It'll be a really long run to get there." "Oh, thank you." They set off the next morning. Percy was excited and began to tell the other engines about it. "He runs a famous branch line," he told Thomas. "Huh," scoffed Thomas. "It may be famous, but my branch is the first on the line. Everyone knows that." And he huffed away to fetch his coaches. "Look, why have they all come? There's no train yet." But Percy was wrong. The signal dropped, and from far away an engine whistled. "Here he comes!" Stepney puffed proudly through the junction. All the engines were pleased to see him. Then he set off to help Duck shunt coaches in the yard. He was so busy that Percy had no chance to talk to him. That night became cold and wet. The engines thought it would never stop raining. None of them wanted to go out, but passengers and trucks were waiting. "Just the sort of weather when you need porridge for breakfast," laughed his driver. "What's porridge?" asked Percy. "You boil oatmeal in the water, and that makes a sort of sticky soup," replied the driver. "Then you add milk and sugar." At the station, sacks were being stacked on the platform. The men who filled them had worked fast and not tied the sacks properly. "Better hurry, here's Percy," the porter said, and he swung the heavy sack onto the pile, knocking the top one over. Severely, sacks toppled along the railway line and split open. The oatmeal inside the sacks burst out, covering everything. The rain quickly turned the oatmeal into some sort of sticky soup. At that moment, Percy appeared. He wasn't going fast, but he couldn't prevent himself from ploughing into the porridge, which now covered the rails. "Ugh!" he exclaimed, and stopped. Porridge dripped all over Percy. He felt wet, sticky, and cold. His driver and fireman got down to inspect the mess. "Oh dear," remarked the driver. "Well, Percy, you found out about porridge the hard way, haven't you? The thing is, you're supposed to eat it, not wear it." Percy didn't think it was funny. The fat controller wasn't amused either. He telephoned to the junction, where they were just in time to stop Stepney on his way to Duck's branch. He came along Thomas's line instead, and soon reached the shed. Percy cheered up at once. "I wanted to meet you," he said, "but I didn't think it would be this way. Porridge is all right for breakfast, my driver says, but it makes a mess of an engine who isn't expected